Hello, my name is Skew, and welcome to my channel, and for the first time in quite a while, welcome to my workshop, and a messy one at that. So what I'm going to do today is get 5 fountain pens done for the craft markets next week, and what I'll be using is white oak, yew, red oak, spalted beech, and this, which is teak. So I'm going to show you the process of marking up one, and then I'll mark the others up off camera, and then I'll show you cutting them, and then I'll show probably this one because I'm intrigued to see how that comes out. I'll show you turning the teak one. So first order of business is to mark up for the tubes. And then I know this is quite a close grain, but there is a grain in it, so to make sure that I keep the grain alignment, I'm going to put a line down there. And I'll do the same on all of these, because like with the yew and the oak, especially the spalted beech, you can see the grain in that. It's important to keep grain alignment when you have a 2-piece pen. So I'll get the others marked up, and then we'll cut them down on the bandsaw. Okay, as you can see, I've got it set up. I'm going to do all the 5 cap ends first, and then all the 5 body ends. It saves chopping and changing the drills out all the time, and it just speeds everything else. I'm not sure if you can see it, but the line there is because I'm going to drill from both sides outwards. Speed 440. Okay, that's what that's going to look like. So I'll do the other 9, and then I'm going to, rather than CA them or super glue them in, I'm going to epoxy them in with BSI 5-minute epoxy. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to leave them overnight to get fully hardened, and then tomorrow we'll start turning. So I'll see you in a second for you, and tomorrow for me. Cheers now. Good morning. So, all 5 have been barrel trim. I did end up super gluing them or CAing them in. So, one last thing to do before we put them on the mandrel is a quick deburr. And then try and keep the grain alignment. Obviously once we start turning, that witness line will go. So what I do is on the ends I use a Sharpie like that. So let me get all the rest deburred and marked up and get this one on the mandrel. So this is teak, and if any of you want any, I'll put a link, an email address and a link to Mark's channel, because I bought these from Mark the Gentleman Woodturner. £15 for 6 plus postage, which is exceptionally good value, especially being teak. So right, let me get all the rest deburred and the tubes marked up like that, and we'll get on with some turning. Be back in a sec. Okay, speed just over 2000 and I'll be using my Skew. So I'll be using the Axminster's Abrasive Mesh Strip Kit. I'll start at 180 and go up to 400. I'll just show you a little bit of that because you've seen me sand so many pens. I'll be going along like that and then stopping the lathe and going vertically along. Speed 547. And the beauty about using the Skew, especially when I get back into the habit of doing it, it really does cut down on sanding. Okay, let me carry on with that up to 400 and then I'll bring you back for the next bit. Okay, I've got some mess of denatured alcohol, and let's clean this out, and as ever, let's have a look at what this is going to look like. Isn't that beautiful? I do love teak. Right, let me allow that to dry off. I'll see you in a second. Okay, so this is True Grit's original paste, made in Yorkshire. Again, you have seen me use this before. I didn't pay for it, it was given to me to try. So I'll be using another couple of their products to finish this pan off. What I like about this is that you don't necessarily need to put sanding sealer on. So speed down to about 400. Oh, 401, no 400, and just work it in. I can hear it working. And I can feel it starting to break down. Speed up to 800. New part of the cloth. Cloth's coming up clean. Lovely and smooth and a nice sheen. So what I'm going to be trying next is their Superfine. I've never used this before, so but I have told me you don't need a lot, well, especially on a pen. $1,300 now. And then lastly, again from True Grit, their hard microcrystalline wax stick, which you apply with the lathe running. Again, not a lot. And get it hot, so it melts the wax, which will give this pen its protective coat. $1,700 now. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay. You don't need to, but I'm going to apply a second coat. And there you have it. Lovely and smooth, lovely shine. So, off camera, I'm going to turn the others again using the Skew, get them up to this stage, and then I'll show you putting this one together and a little trick for grain alignment. I'll see you in a second. Okay, let's get this pen together. So that's the back end. So that doesn't really matter. Just put that in. Next is the coupler, and again, grain doesn't come into it yet. And this is the bit that does. So into the cap, you've got that fits on there. That screws on there, and now we can get the nib. So that's the end for the thing, for the clip. So now I can line that grain up like that, so that seam is running all the way through. Unscrew it, drop it on the floor, just better check. Yep, as you can see, the grain alignment's running straight down there. And now we can push this home. And the last thing is to decide where the cap goes. So I think I'll run it alongside that nice grain pattern there. Last thing to do is screw the nib in. Sometimes these squeak like that, so before I put this on sale I'll put a little bit of wax on there and then screw it on, and there you have Taylor Mirfield Omega. But I don't think that's right, so this is a triple start. There you go, and that's the correct one. So I'll get the other four put together, and then I'll see you back in my chair. See you in a sec. Hello. Well, here they are. This is the teak, which is the one you actually saw me turn, and as I said, there's a link to Mark's email address in the description below. £15 for 6, really good value. Teak is so lovely to turn and finishes beautifully. That's the fountain pen, and then it also posts at the back. So that one's the teak. This one is yew. And as you can see, that little trick I showed you about the grain alignment works perfectly for something like that. Spalted beech. Welsh oak. And red oak. So, excuse me. Thank you very much for watching. If you've liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't, give it a thumbs down. And if you really didn't like it, give it 2 thumbs down. But please leave a comment either way. I read them all. I reply to them all. And I enjoy reading them. So I'll put some pictures up at the end of them. And it's just, I'd like to say a thank you to everybody's kind wishes and thoughts about my back. This is going out today, Thursday, so tomorrow I've got an appointment with a physiotherapist for an assessment to see if and what they can do. So, if you've liked the video and you're not subscribed, you can click on my icon at the bottom and subscribe through that, and then if you click all on the notification bell, YouTube lets you know when I post my next video, which is normally a Thursday morning at 10 o'clock. Again, all the new subscribers, thank you very much. Hopefully I can still make content that you like, and all the ones that have been with me for a while, I'm going to stop calling you names. As ever, Diolch yn fawr iawn, thank you very much. It is really appreciated, the support. So, as I said, I'll put pictures up at the end, so all that's left for me to say is thank you very much for watching. Please take care. Please stay safe. I'll see you next week with a project I've never done before, and well,